Hello, wonderful people. This is Raf's podcast, episode 4, with my lovely sister. Ariel, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Maria. Hi.
Last name, please.
Godinez.
Yes. So we're related, obviously. People say that we look alike, but I don't think that we look alike. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
How do we look alike?
I don't know.
Because I look like I'm like a homeless person that came out of the gutter, and you look like a WWE superstar, like a created character
Okay, I don't know.
from 2007. WWE Raw vs. SmackDown 2007.
Wow, that's way back.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. If you remember that game, give this a thumbs up. Just give it a thumbs up anyways. I don't care if you do or not. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so today is May 9th. It is Mother's Day. You had a wonderful time with Mom today, yeah? Yes, you did. You had a good time, yeah. I was at work, so I got to hang out for a little bit. I was here for 30 minutes. What'd you get Mom for Mother's Day?
It's all in the bag over there. Wonder Woman.
Like a card?
Candle.
Some money in it?
No. Diffuser. Some Pond's moisturizer.
Okay, cool.
Massager.
Cool. I didn't really get her anything, but I did buy her Shudder, a year subscription of that. And that's like $50. So, yeah. Because our mom loves horror movies, and Shudder, that's all horror movies. So it's like literally like the perfect gift. Yeah. So.
Yeah, she's been watching it every day since I've been here. So.
We don't necessarily have a broad topic today. We're mostly just going to talk about cultural issues, I guess. Basically we're going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. We have a short little thing here of shit to talk about, but whatever crosses our mind too. And yeah, just try to enjoy the podcast. It's the 4th one. Probably not going to be that good, but hey, you know what? You got to start somewhere. Okay, I think a good topic to talk about first would be the first one on our half-ass list. Let's talk about fat shaming and body shaming. Because this is a topic that me and my sister obviously know a lot about. Naturally. I'm sure you could guess why. And I wouldn't say that I've had a lot of experience with like actual like fat shaming or body shaming before, obviously since I'm a man. Because it's different for men, like it's like, oh, hey, it's like a joke thing. It's like, if I called another friend of mine who was fat, it'd be a joke. It'd be like a funny burn, I mean, what about you, Ariel? What do you have to say about it? Did you have any like fucking mean bitches in school or like that you work with that are just fucking that do stupid shit, like say dumb shit?
Yeah, you have everybody. A lot of people have that though.
Right.
You got the mean girls and the Karens of the world.
Right.
But it's just.
See, me and you know better. We know to say fuck those people. Because, I mean, you know what? I mean, yeah, I mean, let's think about it this way. Is it like our fault that we're fat? Yeah. Is it really a big problem? I mean, it could be. I mean, if we're both like diabetic or like, we're 400 pounds, but we're not. Compared to the average American, we're not like, fat. Seriously, compared to the average American, I'm not fat compared to the average American. I weigh 230 pounds. I'm fat in like Europe, Australia, whatever. In America, oh God, no. I live in a fucking city of 500 people. I see fatter people than me every single day walking down the fucking street.
Yeah, we're not on 600-pound life.
Yeah.
But I will say I hate when people are like, oh, I'm just like, I care about you and want you to be healthy and whatever. And it's just like, well, if you body shame me or fat shame me or whatever, it's like, well, obviously you don't care because that affects me mentally. And mental health is just as important as physical health. So it's like,
right.
Yeah, don't bring it up then because that still hurts mentally and sometimes mentally is worse than like physical hurt or just as bad. So,
Right.
like,
and my thing is,
I don't like how they use that as an excuse. Like, oh, I'm just worried because I want you to be healthy. It's just like, well, yeah, whatever. Like, fuck off.
yeah.
Not today, Satan.
I mean, how that's kind of rude on itself, right? To tell somebody that they're unhealthy, you know, isn't that kind of rude?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it's just like somebody that just, you know, like you're not unhealthy. You do nothing that's unhealthy. Maybe you eat too much candy. Maybe you eat too much this or that. But why don't you fucking call like fucking people that really do unhealthy stuff like unhealthy? Like people that, you know, are mean, or people that do heroin. Why don't you call those people unhealthy? We're doing just fine. We're jolly. We're good. We're fucking amazing. I mean, just let us be in peace with ourselves and our bodies. I mean, women should be able to fucking, no matter what size they are, they should be able to wear whatever the fuck they want. I mean, there are people out there that are like, oh, no, if there's a woman that's fat, she can't wear fucking short shorts and have her love handle sticking. I'm like, I don't care. I do not care. Like, it's fucking hot in the summertime.
Just look the other way.
It's hot in the summertime.
Yeah.
Why do you care? You're only walking past these people for like a second on the fucking sidewalk. Like, I don't understand why people. I don't know why they gotta be dicks. I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like, oh, it's summertime and you're still hating. It's like, oh, do I care? Do I give a fuck? How many fucks do I give?
Yeah, it's because they're insecure about themselves and they're jealous that they have to fucking, you know, eat all this disgusting healthy food and stay skinny for all of these fucking people that literally would not love them if they were not skinny.
I seen a shirt that said the new skinny is thick or something like that. I really wanted it, but it's expensive, so I don't know if I'm ever gonna get it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it's a good shirt.
Yeah. Like, what was it that you were telling me yesterday? Where you were like, whenever you hate it whenever you say that, like, oh, you know, I'm fat, like I'm really, really fat, and then somebody's like, oh no, you're beautiful.
Yeah, they're like, okay, so somebody be like, oh, I feel fat or I'm fat, and then they're just like, oh no, you're beautiful. It's like, I never said I was ugly.
Right. Yeah, I never said I was ugly. I just said I was fat. Fat people can be beautiful.
Well, and it's so stupid too, because honestly, if you're fat or skinny, you're gonna get judged for being too skinny.
Yeah, it's too fat, and it reflects the skinny people too. Yeah.
And then if you like have plastic surgery or look super like really good, then people are gonna assume you have plastic surgery and hate you for that. So you're gonna get hated no matter what. So you might as well just do whatever you want.
That's why it's
like
bullshit.
The government. They can do whatever they want. Why can't we?
Right.
Fuck off.
I agree.
I can say and do what I want. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
0 from 100 real quick.
Basically, the point is just be kind. Be nice. And I know that because I say shit on this podcast that is, you know, not kind. But that's different. Okay, I'm making jokes. This is a serious conversation. That people that do shit like that, fat shaming, body shaming, it's fucked up. And you know what? You're skinny now, but wait till you're like in your 50s, you know?
Or you have some kids.
Yeah, you have some kids. Then you're gonna get fat, and then you're gonna be all like, "Oh my god, no one." The only reason why anyone thought I was smart or good looking was because I was fucking good looking. And then you realize how fucking boring and basic you are. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Keep her going.
You seen any good movies lately?
Well, King Kong versus Godzilla was good. I thought Mortal Kombat was okay. Second Wonder Woman was okay. Mulan was okay too. The only reason I didn't really like it. That one. I know.
I didn't see Mulan. No.
But the reason I really liked it is just because like all the scenery was really pretty, and the like fight scenes were really good, but they didn't have any of the songs.
Yeah, and they didn't have the little dragon.
No, they didn't have little Mushu.
What's that Mushu? That's the dragon's name? Well, who voiced him in the original Mulan?
I think it was
a
Eddie Murphy, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Eddie Murphy.
Oh wait, I think I'm thinking of Shrek. I
could just look it up. No, you're definitely thinking of Shrek. Donkey from Shrek. I'm gonna look it up. Who voiced Mushu? It's like on the tip of my tongue. I don't know who did it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll
How the
Google
fuck
it.
do you spell Mushu? Oh, it was Eddie Murphy.
Oh, I was right.
How? What? That's
the
weird.
second one?
Well, no one cares about Mulan 2.
Yeah.
No one watched Mulan 2. Everyone hated Mulan 2.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Eddie Murphy? That's insane. I didn't know that.
I was pretty sure, but then I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong.
That's interesting. I thought Godzilla vs. King Kong was phenomenal. I thought it was like literally perfect.
Oh, another movie I just thought of that I watched too was that Black Panther movie.
Oh, you watched Black Panther?
About the Black Panthers. The Judas and the Messiah.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Did you see that one?
Yeah. Me and Hunter,
write that down.
me and Hunter, who I did my first podcast with, I was telling him about that movie, and he sounded like he really wanted to see it because they're like socialists, like communists, like well, I'm not a communist, but you know what I mean. Like left leaning. They're fucking Black Panthers. It's cool. It's cool as shit. They're fucking while they're talking about like socialist theory. Like they start talking about socialist theory and then they just start fucking these two black people. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is my type of movie.
Yeah. I was like, wait, I don't remember that scene. But
yeah, they were like they were listening to famous leftist theory and then they started fucking. Yeah, it was so cool. I'm like jealous.
Yeah, the sad thing is though is that the leader got shot before the baby was even born. Yeah. And then didn't the mom get injured too during the raid or whatever?
I think so.
Yeah, they like shot up the thing and then they burned their establishment, but then all the crows and the other like people at the time, the groups came and helped rebuild, which was cool.
Yeah.
And they actually fed kids and they had that free clinic, which was good.
Dude, it was crazy how like the FBI were literally just like trying everything they could to get all these fucking gangs to hate each other.
Yeah, you remember when they wrote that little note to the crows? I think it was called the crows. Yeah. They're like, dig in. And he's like, when have you ever heard him say dig in? And he read that. And I'm like, yeah, you could tell that's fake. They would never say that.
But then they're like, why would the FBI do this? And it's like, dude, like.
Isn't it obvious?
Yeah. Because I remember in school, we all had to do a project on like political, like something, one another, something political, like groups, something like that. And I had the opportunity to do mine on the Black Panthers. So me and my friend did it on the Black Panthers, so I know a lot about this stuff. Back in like 1962 or something like that, the director of the CIA said that the Black Panthers were a bigger threat to American democracy than like the communists in like Cuba, because this was like during like the missile crisis and shit.
You know what's crazy is when I was in school, I don't remember really learning about it at all, or maybe I was just out of my mind that day and wasn't paying attention.
American education is a joke. They give you a fucking history textbook in 6th grade, and there's a fucking guy in an Egyptian garment and clothing that's white.
I should laugh, but yeah, you're right.
He's fucking white.
I thought the same thing looking at the book, like,
Who are you trying to fool? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, whoever did this should be fired, and they should be hung up by a noose on a tree and spat on by society. That's a post you can't post on Facebook. You get put in Facebook jail. I know, because I did get put in Facebook jail because I posted that once. And I obviously was kidding. Everything that I say is like that's a joke. Well, yes, it's a joke, obviously.
Yeah, it was just a good movie all the way around. I honestly...
Wonder Woman 2 sucked. I didn't like Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It wasn't as good as the first one. The first one's, like, really good.
Cheetah was cool, but that was it. Everyone else was lame. It didn't even make sense, like, at all.
No, not really. The stone and that guy, like, becoming the stone, and... Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was... I don't know. That was definitely weird.
It was like, oh, so now the guy's the stone? How is that even? And then he goes around to, like, everywhere, like, Egypt, all these countries, and, like, makes the wishes, and it was just weird.
Yeah, I don't even understand, man. I don't even understand that movie at all. Fucking A, man. Let's talk about music. Yeah. Some music. I'm sure you all know who Megan Thee Stallion is.
That WAP?
Yeah. She's great. She has that one song with that fucking anime reference in it. Oh my god, what's it called? dude. It has a fucking Naruto like anime reference.
Girls in the
Hood.
I think.
Yeah, Girls in the Hood. She's like fucking like a fox chasing something, call him Sasuke or something like that. I don't know, but it was amazing, and it makes me laugh so hard. Plus, it's a fucking cover of NWA's "Boys in the Hood," which is amazing. The beat's so hard in it. It's such a great song. Oh my god. You actually want to hear something funny? Me and my coworker Veronica, we might do a podcast in the future. Hi, Veronica. See, we were at work, and she was like, because we listened to that song, we're making the Stallion like all the time when we work together, and we talk about it too. We talk about that song about WAP and just funny shit like that, you know. And she came up to me and she was like, "Raph, you know what the customers call me?" And then I knew that she was like, because she's done this before. I knew I was supposed to be like patty cake or like something like that, you know, like make that ass shake, patty cake, make that ass shake. But I didn't say that. You know what I said?
What?
Big Chungus. She got so mad. She's still mad about it. She's like, Raph, you know what they call me? And I'm like, Big Chungus. She was so pissed. And she didn't even know what Big Chungus was. So then I looked it up for her and showed her what it was, and she got even more mad. You remember Big Chungus, right? Yeah, that's funny. I was like, oh yeah, maybe you don't remember. Oh shit. Oh, that was so good. We have a good time. She knew I was good. It's all good shit.
Yeah. Lil Nas' new song.
Yeah.
It's good too.
Yeah. I bitched about that on my last podcast, about how people were bitching about it. A little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, it just goes back to the fucking, like, 70s when people, like, would bitch about fucking Led Zeppelin. Like, oh, Stairway to Heaven backwards, this fucking satanic dribble and shit like that, you know? Complete nonsense. Complete horse shit. See, the problem is the Republicans have nothing. And I said this in my last podcast. They haven't won the culture war. They don't have an economic plan. They don't have a healthcare plan. They don't have the votes to win anything, so they have to do voter suppression and gerrymandering to win. They have nothing except for cancel culture and bitching about a fucking black gay man fucking swinging down a fucking pole to hell and banging Satan.
Yeah, well, they should just do like the meme says. If you're afraid Lil Nas is gonna turn your kids gay, just put some WAP on after and they'll go back straight.
Yeah, they'll turn back straight, yeah. Since this is how you think this fucking works. That's hilarious, yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. And it's like, dude, like, these people actually think, like, if you play Lil Nas X, like, fucking Satan is gonna rise out of the fucking sky. Just because of that. It's horseshit. It's so insane. Do you know who Caitlyn Bennett is? Yeah. That fucking AR, fucking gun girl, fucking dumb piece of shit. She fucking tweeted at Lil Nas X about it, and she was being so fucking disrespectful, fucking racist and homophobic. Like, not really, but like, we all knew what she was doing. We knew that she was dog whistling.
The racist biscuits.
Yeah.
Sorry, we got biscuits. Our mom made a huge breakfast today. She made pancakes, sausage gravy, pancakes, sausage gravy, and yeah. Oh,
I
biscuits.
Should have came sooner. Goddamn.
Yeah, and biscuits. And then we made I didn't make any eggs, but Dad and Jose made some eggs to go with it. So I made like a little English muffin. I'm like, Mom, remember the racist biscuits? She's like, no, these ones ain't racist. They're different because they're smaller. They're smaller than the ones that you guys did for your other podcasts.
I'll tell you what, though, those racist biscuits were good.
Every time I have a biscuit, I keep thinking in my head.
Those biscuits that Grandma made are better than Mom's.
There's actually some on the microwave. I might have some later.
It might be like the racism that does it, you know? Like, you can kind of taste the racism, and it tastes good, you know? It's fun, good old-fashioned racism. I guess all racism is old-fashioned racism, when you think about it. Well, except for being racist against white people, I guess. Because that's never been a thing. Well, I guess the Irish, they were white. Never mind. That's stupid. I shouldn't have said that. It's a joke. Shut up. No one cares. Anyways. Yeah, fucking A, man. So what do you think about masks? Because I know that you're a big believer that mask mandates are stupid. No one should ever wear one, and the government should go fuck themselves. No, I'm just kidding. I just think it's funny how all these fucking right wingers talk about like masks, and they're like, "Oh, look at you, you fucking sheep." You putting your fucking mask on again because the man told you to. And then if I talk about like police brutality or something, they're like, he should have obeyed the law.
Yeah, pretty much. They turn it around and make it.
Breonna Taylor, she should have obeyed the law. She was asleep in her bed. She should have obeyed. It's like,
it doesn't make any sense. She was asleep and she was shot dead. She wasn't doing anything. She was asleep.
Did you hear about that one case? Armand, I forget his last name. There's so many black people that get shot by the police. It's hard for me to remember all of their names. But Armand something, I believe that's his name. But it was a story. He was jogging and he was looking through some old houses that hadn't been completed yet. They're literally just like the frames of houses. He was just looking through it. Like, people do that shit all the time, especially in like the part of like where area he lived, like the city. And these fucking white guys like got all their trucks and we're all like, hey, what the fuck you doing over here? Like, hey, you motherfucker. Like, and then they literally like chased him down and then ended up like shooting him. You remember that story from like months ago? Like literally last year. Yeah. They finally just got arrested for that, like put in jail for that. Like their trial just happened. Those people. So that's good.
Yeah. I'm just glad that they found the guy who killed George Floyd guilty. That's all I gotta say.
I know. Because if they wouldn't have, and everyone's talking about like, oh, the fucking jury was rigged, and it's like, what do you mean? Like the prosecution and the defense both said the jury was fine, and the jury was handpicked.
A lot of people say too that, oh, well, he died from drugs, not the knee on the neck, and it's just like,
look. I'm explaining that
not
the exact same way my roommate Trayvon explains it. Okay, I'll give you that. Let's say 30 minutes let's say if George Floyd never got called on for the fucking $20 counterfeit money, which was bullshit, by the way. Why would you call in a counterfeit $20 bill?
Yeah, he died over $20.
Which might not have even been his fault because you can't really tell if you're a normal person.
Yeah.
What's counterfeit or not.
True.
And but let's just say if that never happened, and he never was knelt on, he never had a knee on his neck for almost 9 minutes, 8 minutes and 42 seconds, and he died, and he would have died. He would have died 30 minutes of the fucking fentanyl overdose. Okay. Let's say you're in prison, right? And I search your room, and I don't find any drugs. Let's say I search your room 3 times in one day, and I find drugs on the 3rd time. You're probably going to get in trouble, right? Right. Let's say I searched your room 9 times in 2 hours, 9 different times, and then I find drugs on the 9th time. You think that's a coincidence? I didn't just plant those drugs after the 9th time I searched it.
Yeah, you could have easily done that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how my roommate Trayvon explains it, and I think it's brilliant because it's like, okay, even if he was gonna die if he never had his neck knelt on or anything, 30 minutes after the fact, because that's what some people say. That's what the argument is. It's like it's still not okay to use excessive force like that for 9 minutes.
Yeah, but everyone's like, oh, he should have just obeyed. It's like he was obeying. What do you mean?
I think a lot of it is people just get brainwashed by right-wing media, it's really bad. People on the left and the right are guilty of that. I don't know how many times, the right wing will be, right about something. It doesn't happen very often. It's very rare. But I think it's happened maybe, twice. Maybe, twice in the last 4 years. Yeah. It's literally like that. Liberals, progressives, well, I shouldn't say liberals. Progressives are right about stuff 98% of the time. Republicans about 2%. That seems like good math. I like that. That seems like good optics. I'm comfortable with that. And, another thing that pisses me off is these fucking people, these fucking people that go on Facebook and they're like, we don't need another stimulus payment. Get a job. I have a lot of friends that post shit like that on Facebook, and it pisses me off. And then they'll be like, "Oh, I've never seen in my whole goddamn life, all of these help wanted signs everywhere." You know, they're fucking. Of course, they're fucking capping. Like they're obviously just fucking lying. Like I don't know what these people are talking about. I see no help wanted signs anyway. Like obviously, you know, there are people that, you know, have taken off work and they're like, nope, I'm never going back to my job, which is a respectable thing to do. I respect that. And obviously that is a problem. But the issue is everyone wants to be or say that they like the free market, that they're fans of the free market. Everyone likes to say and act like that until we need to do free market shit. First of all, America's not even a real free market because you can't buy heroin or cocaine legally. So technically, it's already not a free market. And second of all, the problem with a lot of these places not having enough workers is that they don't pay enough. That's the problem. So in a free market society, when the cost of living goes up and people need more money, they need more income coming in to pay their rent and their bills, companies have to, you know, kind of make up for that, obviously, because no one's going to work for you if you're not paying enough. And the minimum wage is still $7.25. That's not enough to live in any state in America.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of these places like Arby's and, Culver's, a lot of these fast food joints, they fucking only pay like $10 an hour starting. Fuck, even Quick Trip only pays like $10, $11 starting. But they have like profit sharing and stuff like that, so it's a little bit different, but still. And it's just not enough. Like, it's really not, you know? Like, you can barely afford rent with a job that pays $15 an hour. And I know a lot of you are probably going to be like, no, that's not fun. Yeah, it is. It's true. It's true anecdotally, and it's true, like, factually, too. Look it up. It's true. Maybe you could make an argument, 12 would be more where to put it, but I'm going to stick with 15 because let's not bullshit it here. 15 is already pretty fucking low, honestly.
Yeah.
If you account for inflation, we should all, the minimum wage should be like $20.
Yeah, literally. I love how after the pandemic we were essential workers and all that, and then as soon as like the vaccine rollout came, they're just like, oh yeah, we ain't gonna give $15 to essential workers because they're not essential, they're just unskilled laborers. And it's like,
yeah.
Oh
yeah, how fast did it go from
we were
being
essential
labor to
nothing.
being unskilled labor to being essential workers and then right back to unskilled labor?
Yeah,
they took away our COVID like pay. Like if we get COVID, like if we both got COVID right now, our jobs wouldn't have to pay us anything. They got rid of that. They fucking got rid of a lot of places hazard pay, the extra $2 bonus. I mean, you know, a lot of other countries are still giving out like big stimulus payments to their people. Well, a lot of them already have COVID under control, so some of them aren't, but some of them still are giving out payments that are pretty generous. I mean, I remember this time last year, every single country in Europe was giving out, maybe not Spain, was giving out like at least like $3,000 or more a month, every single month to their citizens, and didn't make them work. They stayed home. Nope, can't have that in America. Yeah, I mean, it's that shit was crazy about a year ago, man. And now looking back at it, it's almost like crazier now, but that shit was just so crazy that it's like, what can we even do about it?
Yeah, we're both vaccinated though, so you're vaccinated, right?
Yeah, I'm vaccinated. Yep.
Yeah, me
and it's
too.
been 2 weeks since then.
Well,
so.
I heard too that people are buying fake vaccination cards, and it's like, why would you waste your money when the vaccine's free?
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I will never understand why no one would want to get vaccinated.
And why would you waste your time buying a fake card?
Yeah, like just get vaccinated. Get the Johnson & Johnson. It's a one shot. This is your chance to go. This opportunity comes. What's it? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, I got the Moderna. Which one did you get?
Moderna.
Yeah. My arm hurt. You got really sick.
Yeah, I got really sick.
You were probably the worst I heard besides my coworker, Veronica.
Yeah, I felt like I was gonna throw up all day, every day for like a week and a half, and I felt like I was gonna.
Did your work give you 2 days off? Did you have to work after you got your vaccine?
I had to work because I didn't take any time off.
I had to work too.
I didn't think it would be that bad of a reaction, and then I felt like I was gonna have to. I felt like I was gonna have, like, you know how when you're sick and you get diarrhea. I had that. Well, I didn't have it, but I felt like I was gonna explode at any moment.
You weren't good.
Yeah, and
your
had
shit
a
was
headache.
fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
And yeah, I was like, oh, well, work's not going to give me any time off, so it's like, whatever, I'll just bring extra clothes and extra whatever. hopefully I don't get sent home. It's come to this. It's like they won't even let you take off. Well, we're so short-staffed right now. We have 11 positions open, and we're 100 hours under labor hours. Like,
Wow.
every department gets like a certain amount of hours. We're 100 hours under because we're so short-staffed, and we have 11 positions open.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
telling
been
you.
getting worse.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta get out of that job.
Yeah, well,
It's bullshit.
can't find anything that pays me better. So it's kind of like, do I really want to go work for somebody who's going to pay me less, deal with the same bullshit? I think I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Yeah.
Until I can find at least a better pay raise or a better pay grade.
Right, yeah. Which is so weird to me because you live in the city. You should be getting paid more there, but people are greedy. Fucking assholes.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, I always thought that, like, bosses, like the concept of a boss was like a real thing. Now that I'm older, I know that, like, every single boss that I've ever worked for, except for one, literally could not handle doing any of the jobs that his people that he hired could do, and literally did nothing upon nothing to help the business, nothing to make their coworkers feel better, nothing to help out anybody but themselves and maybe the few other people that work there that they're related to or friends with or something. That's every single boss that I've ever had. I hope my bosses don't watch this. If you do, then I don't know, whatever. Be better. Who cares?
Be better.
But I'm just saying, like, the concept, like, I really thought that a boss was a real thing when I was a kid. I thought that there was somebody so important that they could handle hiring the right people, making sure the right person for the job, covering for other people's shifts when they really need it or they get sick, or calling in people to do all that stuff, and, you know, just making sure that a place runs the way it does, making sure everyone's good. Bosses don't do that. Bosses hire people, and that's it. That's all that they do. I don't know why, but as a kid, I always thought that bosses actually did something. Like, they deserved, like, somebody actually, like, deserved to be a boss when they were a boss. But no, that's not it. Maybe back in the day that was the case. I don't know. I'm only 22 years old, but right now, no. Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it does seem like that a lot of places I worked as well, but it is what it is.
Did you know that one of your bosses stole somebody's dogs one time?
What?
I'll tell you about it after we're done with the podcast. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you all about it.
Somebody stole dogs?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not going to say who. Privacy.
Oh. Okay, but, great.
Yeah.
That sounds like an interesting way to get your business ruined. Why would you steal dogs out of all things? Poor doggies.
People are crazy. I know people that have done that, where, like, they'll literally, like, see, or they'll hear a story about, like, a dog or a cat with, like, an abusive family, and they will drive all the way to that state just to steal that cat or dog and rescue it and give it a better life. And they do give it a better life because they love cats and dogs. But I know a couple people like that. I know 3 people that have done something like that.
I don't have the money or a good running car to do that.
I
even
know.
if I wanted to. How do they afford
what is
that?
wrong with these people? You fucking love animals so much more than everything else that you're just gonna like do that?
Drop work and everything to go get them.
Like, how spoiled can you? Seriously, that's spoiled. How spoiled can you fucking be? You were taught to love animals and dogs that much. Like, dogs and cats are cool. I get that. But I'm not gonna drive all the way down to fucking Texas just to save a fucking dog from a fucking meth head. The fuck's wrong with you? Why don't you help people before you do something like that? Why don't you help the fucking like
Meth head?
well maybe not the meth because they're on meth. They're already fucked. There's no helping them. But you know what I mean? Like fucking help somebody that you see that that you see in a gas station or something. Like I don't know. It just seems like pointless to me. I'll probably get shit for that. You wouldn't fucking drive down to Tijuana, Mexico, and save a fucking raccoon? Fuck you, Raph. Someone's gonna comment that, I bet.
A raccoon out of all things.
It'll be like it'll be something I never even heard of before. Like a pangolin. Well, obviously I've heard of that since I just said it, but something you never heard of before. A pangolin.
He would save the armadillo.
The armadillo, you fucking bitch. The armadillo's dead now. The fucking...
I mean, I'd like to do something like that, but, like, realistically, I just couldn't afford it, and my car would break down.
That's what I'm saying, it's spoiled. Like, who has that amount of energy and time? Who even has the amount of energy to even think about doing something like that?
Why don't you just go to a shelter and help them once? They're right in your, like, area.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
It's almost like that's, like, their kryptonite. Like if I had if we had like a mom or a dad that was like that, we could throw so many parties. Just be like, yeah, mom, dad, there's a fucking like a hyena that's caught in a bear trap 200 miles south of this like forest in the desert or something. Yeah, go fucking get it, and then they'll go fucking get it. We could have like two days of just straight partying, and we'll be fucking drunk and like stoned like on like the fucking ceiling of like the house when they come back, literally almost falling off. And they'll have their they'll be like, ew, I have my fucking animal that I fucking saved from that fucking thing, and and that thing will just fucking shit and puke all over the house like we did for 2 days, It just seems like, okay, I shouldn't say pointless. No, it is a little pointless. It's a little pointless. I don't know. And you can't do that in the first place. It doesn't matter if a meth head mistreats a dog, like. You still can't just steal it. Like, you just can't just steal it. That's not how it works. They could call the cops on you. You can get in a lot of trouble. I'm just saying. Not a smart move, Not a smart move. That'd be like if you went to a meth head's house and stole his baby.
Good point.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I understand. You would give it a better life. I thought I was saying
something, but I better not because I don't want to put names, but...
Well, you could, like, say, like, what the incident would happen, but not say, like, who. Well, that's fine. You don't have to say, dude.
Because I'll tell you after.
Yes. We have a lot of drama to unpack here.
Yeah, just, like, you'll tell me the story after.
And you're not involved. Actually, maybe we'll record that conversation and put it on our Patreon. So people have to pay to see it.
No one's going to pay to see it. They won't even know who we're talking about.
That's true. But when this podcast gets big, then they'll pay to see it. Like, I'll be on my 120th one. It'll have like 1 million views, and people will be commenting, yeah, who were those fucking people that stole those dogs that you were talking about like last Mother's Day last year?
Honestly, I don't think people have that much time on their hands to know about our little drama of stealing dogs and family. And this is a super
petty, dumb thing to like talk about, but that's what a podcast is. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going through the motions here. I'm just saying it's stupid. Like, okay, let me explain it to you this way: how little I care about somebody that does that. Like, if you told me that you kidnapped a dog from a meth head, I'd be like, okay, cool. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, that's great. Like, that's amazing. Like, let me put it to you this way. If there was somebody in front of me that was eating meat, and I asked him what the meat was, and he said that it was a dog, I would not give a shit. I'd be like, okay, that's cool. It'd be like him eating a cow to me. I don't care. Like, I just do not care. Like, I just hate that people get so obsessed with, oh, this beautiful fucking little creature, when there's fucking, like, homeless people, like, fucking, like, in America, you know? And there's people that could use help, but no, you're helping a fucking dumbass, like, dog or a cat. I don't know. It just seems stupid to me. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of things out there that we probably should be more focused on than that.
And we can walk and chew gum at the same time. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you're grasping for straws if you really want me to sympathize, you know, for like a cat or a dog. I mean, you know, like, obviously I'm not gonna like beat a fucking dog or a cat. That's awful. That's animal abuse. I would never allow
that's a
somebody
felony
to do that.
now,
I would never
too.
allow somebody to do that in front of me. I would condemn that.
Yeah, it's a felony.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I really don't give a shit. Like, fucking, just let the meth head do whatever the fuck he wants. Call the fucking animal shelter. Let them take care of it. It's not your job to fucking do that. I'm just saying. That was my little TED talk. I probably should have stopped talking about that like 9 minutes ago, but I just kept going because I had strong feelings about it.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you all. Actually, I think we could probably wrap this up. We got 40 minutes. That's plenty of time.
Okay. Good.
Thank you so much for being on my podcast. I think I've talked about you maybe like once before. I don't know.
I don't remember. All I remember is the racist biscuits.
Jesus Christ, the fucking racist biscuits.
And that Marlboro's one.
Oh,
wait, what was
shit.
the first one?
The first one was about religion.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. No offense, I'm not into that. I watched maybe like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing. Sorry, but not
fine.
sorry.
No, that's fine. That's why I try and do a different topic every time.
Oh, well,
so that way somebody could find one that they'd be interested
some of it. I know he said something about he used to be a Jehovah's Witness, I think, and was talking about that. And after that, I kind of tuned out. So I think I only watched like 20 minutes max. And then you guys like talked about different Bibles, and that's all I really remember. I don't really remember anything highlighting. Now, the racist biscuits was funny, so that's the reason I remember that.
Yeah. The third episode was a little meh, because I was really tired when I made that one.
That one I haven't watched yet. I've seen it on my YouTube thing, but I haven't watched it
politics. Yet. The fifth one, after 2 weeks after this one gets released, finally, probably released the 10th or the 11th or something, we're going to do, me and Hunter and Trayvon are going to do one about sports. Nice. Now, there's probably like a 100% chance that that's going to change, but right now, that's what it is. So look forward to that. Okay. But seriously, let's do some outros. We've done 40 minutes. That's plenty.
Okay.
Well, thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate the support, you watching the whole thing. And I love you all. I'm going to keep doing this podcast for as long as, until I get bored with it, I guess. And thank you, Ariel, for being on. I very much do appreciate it. And hopefully you're on in the future.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. Do something with your lives. Be good people. Salute.